Hello. Hello, come here. Ocean Haze. You're good, baby. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. I can't see a fucking thing. I'm going like this. I felt so much fucking. I wish I knew. Wish I knew you wanted me to still. Like 5 more times forever. Ready? Boy. You're a cat, you ain't getting shit. I'll put it down here again. Face reveal. 3, 2, 1. Face reveal. I'm guessing you can. Yeah, you can see it.
Isn't that the Raskalanovich?
Oh, I'm going to my main account on YouTube. This is just my phone account. Yo, this cat is eyeing down my fucking arse already. I'm planning to make it a 1 hour video.
The new Google Pixel 10.
Shut my door. Fuck off, cat. Fuck off.
Patient, well done. Come on, Arkwright.
40,000, 3,018,000.
Zatepka.
I just will feel something. I can't feel something. It's not.
Oh. Bro. It's the broken ceiling.
How do you grab a crab? Okay, make sure it's on low.
I go down the slide?
Yes, 1.
Fantastic, this is perfect. Oh, I've broken already.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Dig a big hole.
Just off the side.
Stop playing with me, man.
Playing with me.
I busted the wall.
How the fuck?
Got his Super Saiyan form at 15 feet. With this being twice the size of Shaquale O'Neal.
Rompo banderas del mundo. Gay.
What?
I think he needs 5 more minutes.
Why am I home?
Hey, you need a ride?
Leave me alone!
Where are you going?
Your mom's house. Turtle.
Greetings.
This is an ostrich egg.
I knew that was that.
I'm Nintendo, I'm Loki, yeah, I'm Nintendo, I'm Gazy. I'm Gazy, I'm Nintendo.
My phone, Oliver.
List luxury on Vinted. With 0 selling fees. And with our item verification service, your buyer gets extra.
The story begins in Johannesburg, a city in South Africa, where crime and hooliganism had increased dramatically. More than 300 murders were taking place here every day. The air smelled of gunpowder, and the streets were filled with robbers, drug dealers, and weapons. Every attempt to stop these criminals had failed. But then, everything changed when the government of Johannesburg launched the world's first robotic police force, known as the Scouts. These AI robots, made of titanium metal, were not only intelligent, but also so powerful that bullets had no effect on them. They would fearlessly storm into criminal hideouts with their chests puffed out and kill the criminals without any trial. Within a few years, crime in the city dropped to its lowest point. Corruption was greatly reduced, and the robotic police force earned a good reputation in the hearts of the people. As fast as the crime rate fell, the name and fame of the company that created the robotic police, Tetraval, also skyrocketed. However, some people in the city were still afraid. Their biggest concern was, what if a criminal managed to hack the robotic police force? A robot in the wrong hands could destroy the entire city. But Michelle Bradley, the CEO of Tetraval, came up with a solution to ease the public's fear. She introduced the Bulletproof Guard Key system. The Guard Key was a small USB-like device that was the only way to access the software and systems of the robots. Only with this Guard Key could the robots' programs be accessed or updated. This Guard Key was kept under top-secret security inside Tetraval's laboratory. Without it, no hacker could change the robot's code or control it with their own commands. The creator of the robotic police was Tetraval's most brilliant scientist, Dion Wilson, who had become famous around the world for his work. However, up to this point, the scout robots were just programmed soldiers. They blindly followed the commands written by humans. They couldn't think, and they couldn't ask questions. But Dion had a different dream. He wanted to create a robot that had its own mind, one that could ask questions, dream, feel emotions, and have fears. In other words, a living AI robot. Dion was working day and night to fulfill this dream. However, there was one employee at Tetraval who was completely against the idea of AI. His name was Vincent Moore. He was the lead weapons designer at Tetraval and also an ex-military soldier. Vincent believed robots should not have the ability to think or understand. They were made only to follow human orders, not to think. With that belief, Vincent built a giant war robot called Moose. Moose had no thinking or decision-making ability of its own. To control Moose, Vincent created an advanced neural transmitter device. This neural device looked like a helmet. When someone wore it, their brain connected directly to Moose. Whatever the person thought, Moose would do. But so far, the police had no need for Moose because the scout robots already in the city were enough to keep criminals in check. Every country now wanted to have such an unstoppable force that could wipe out crime from its roots. But no matter how strong the wall of law was, it was still impossible to stop crime completely. One day, a group of criminals was racing through the city streets, breaking traffic laws. It was a gang smuggling drugs. They were trying to escape from the robotic police. The gang was led by a man named Ninja. After evading the police, they arrived at the hideout of a dangerous gangster named Hippo, where they were supposed to deliver the goods. But Hippo was a madman. When he saw that all his goods had been destroyed in the police encounter, he immediately shot one of Ninja's men, and then pointed the gun at Ninja's face. Ninja started begging for his life. Hippo gave him just 7 days. In those 7 days, Ninja had to pay him back 20 million rands. Although this was nearly impossible for Ninja, he agreed in order to save his life. Then suddenly, a unit of robotic police arrived behind Ninja and attacked him. A fierce battle broke out between Hippo's gang and the robotic police. Gunfire erupted. The robotic police were selectively killing members of Hippo's gang, but the gang's bullets had no effect on the robots. Meanwhile, one robot broke down a door while searching for Hippo and entered the building. It saw Hippo ready with a rocket launcher. He fired the rocket directly at the robot. The robot was thrown away by the blast and went offline due to the rocket attack. Taking advantage of the situation, Ninja escaped with his companions, and Hippo also managed to flee. Even though they got away, this was still a big victory for the security department. The robotic police had made life very difficult for criminals in the city. Pleased with the success, the police department ordered the Tetraval company to build 100 more AI robotic police units. All the company employees were overjoyed and congratulated Dion for this achievement. But in the middle of this happy moment, no one noticed that Vincent's heart was burning with anger and jealousy. His robot, Moose, was still not approved for launch, because building Moose was much more expensive than building scout robots. Now, Vincent wasn't getting any funds to upgrade Moose, and this made him grow bitter toward Dion and his robotic police. Meanwhile, Ninja returned to his base with his companions after narrowly escaping the police. They had gotten away from the robotic police, but when Ninja learned that Hippo had also survived, his problems got worse. He now had only 7 days. If he didn't repay Hippo, he was sure to be killed. But 20 million rands was not a small amount. Then his partner Yolandi gave him a dangerous idea. The plan was to rob a money transport car headed for the bank. If everything went well, they could get about 500 million rands. But Ninja's biggest concern was the robotic police, because the money truck would be under their protection. However, Yolandi believed that no matter how powerful the robots were, they were still machines.
Get the
And every
crap
machine
on
can be
dog.
turned off if you have its remote.
Right.
Ninja liked Yolandi's idea. Now, all they needed was someone who had control over the robots.
Don't
They
play.
began searching for the person who had access to the robot control system. Soon, they found information
I'm
about
gonna
Dion
squeeze
on the
man's
internet,
balls
the same
until they
engineer
turn
from
back in
Tetraval
blue.
who had created the robots. On the other hand, Dion had just achieved the biggest breakthrough of his life.
Someone don't like me.
After thousands of failed attempts, he had finally created a high-level AI that could think, feel, and make its own decisions like a human. Dion himself could hardly believe what he had done. He quickly saved the AI program on a hard drive and rushed to the company's lab. He told CEO Michelle that he had created the world's first true AI robot. He explained that this AI could not only think independently, but also appreciate music and art just like a human. Dayon also mentioned that there was no need to build new robots for the program. It could simply be installed into the existing robotic police units. But after hearing all this, Michelle laughed. She wasn't interested in Dion's AI program because her company was already making huge profits from the current robotic police. In that situation, she didn't want a robot that couldn't be fully controlled. She rejected Dion's project. Disappointed, Dion returned to his cabin, but he wasn't ready to let his AI program go to waste. He had to install it into a robot at any cost and prove to the world that a machine
Good.